cybernet security. Today we talk about basic commands that we have in Linux. So here, let's get started. Here we have the cd command, which is the change directory command. We use the change directory to move around on the Linux terminal. So I can change directory to my home, which I already did. So to confirm my present directory, I will just do pwd. It will print out my current directory. So before that, we have to move into my documents, because that's where I will be creating files. Sorry, uh, what's happening? Okay, I think I might have to move into this folder. Okay, let's cd into documents. So here I'm inside my document directory. So let's check that pwd. As you can see here, I'm inside the document directory. So here we try to create a file here in the document directory. So to check if we have any file or any folder inside the directory, we use the list command. The ls command is used to list every content you have inside a folder or a directory. So let me do ls. I press enter. As you can see, I already have a folder here, one folder, which is the sample folder. So but for the purpose of this video, we talk about how we can remove a folder. So to remove this folder, I want to delete this folder, I can use the rm to delete the folder rm. So delete rm sample. So sorry, rm, I will need to use flag recursive and sample. So as you can see, I have deleted this folder using the rm means remove. And to read more about these commands, I can do rm dash dash help. Sorry, dash dash help. It tells me more about the command that I'm using. So here now you can see more information that I have. As you can see, previously I used the rmrf dash rf, which means the f stands for false and the r stands for recursive in the sense that it's a folder. Any other content that is inside the folder is permitted to delete. So that is for removing or deleting folders and files on Linux. So here we talk about how we can create a file. Like I said, this directory is empty now. So let's use the touch command to create a file. So the file we'll be creating is sample.txt. So when I do sample.txt and press enter, here we have a file named sample.txt on our machine. So here now we have seen this, how to create a file. We look at how we can equally create a directory. How we can create a directory using the terminal. And how do we do that? We use the make directory command to create a directory. So I will create another directory. We call it sample directory. So just like this, I have a directory. So ls to see the list of contents I have inside that this directory, the document directory. As you can see, I have the sample and the sample.txt um, inside this directory. So let's go to our file explorer. So when I open up my file explorer, I move into documents. As you can see, we have these two. We have a folder and we have a file inside of it, which we created using this terminal. So here now, I want to show you guys how we can move folders, or how we can move files from one folder or one directory to the other. So here now we are inside a document directory. So to leave this directory, I would do cd dot dot to move one step backward. So here I am a step backward. So when I do my ls here, you can see the documents that I just came out from. Here we have the desktop, the downloads, the pictures, the documents, which is what we have here. When I go, this is what I just did, go back. So this is what we have here. So to move back a step from a present directory, you use the cd space period dot dot to move back. So we want to copy this sample text to we'll move it to the desktop. So let's cd into the desktop to see if we have something inside the desktop. let's do ls. As you can see, there's nothing inside this desktop. So what I'm gonna do is I will go back to my downloads, a step backwards, then cd into downloads. Cd into downloads. Here is where I have my, sorry, not downloads, documents. Cd into documents. Here I have my sample.txt and sample folder. So I want to move sample text to download to desktop. So how do I do that? I use the command mv to move. So mv, what am I moving? I'm moving sample.txt. So where am I moving the sample.txt? So I am moving the sample.txt into the desktop directory. So you can actually use this symbol to do that. This symbol to do that. This symbol plus desktop. You can use this symbol to do that, or you can enter home cybernet directory desktop. That's the full path to where you want to send the file to. Or you can, since this desktop is in a folder a step backward, so I can use dot dot and do desktop. So these are different options you can use to copy this file into the desktop directory. So when I do that, enter, as you can see, we already have that file here. Immediately I clicked on enter. So when I go to my desktops here, you can see we have that file here. So we just moved it to that directory. So what are we going to do now? We have another command here. Like we can see here, we have this terminal is too clustered. I need to clear up this terminal so everywhere can be neat. So to do that, I will use clear command is used to clear out the terminal. So here now, another command that you can equally use is cp command. This cp command, you use the cp command just like the move. The move is kind of, if you're on Windows, you cut out your file, and when you cut that file and paste it in another directory or another location, that file automatically leaves its former position to the new location. So but when you are using cp copy, it duplicates that file. Is not the file will still, you can still get the file from the previous location the same as the new location you are pasting it to. So the cp command can be used just like we did earlier. Cp does, let's go to the desktop, desktop. So here to do the cp sample.txt, here we want to cp it into documents. So here, just like this. So when you do ls in desktop, you can see that file is here. But if I move into documents, and do ls, you can see I still have the file here. So these are the two differences between the move and the cp. The cp is duplicating the file, while the move is not duplicating, rather is moving the main file to a new location, deleting it from its two things have been done. It deletes it from its present location and moves the file, copies it to the next location. So here now we have another command that we call the sudo. This is super privilege command. If there are some commands that you might want to run on Linux, it will ask you, you don't have the permission to do that. Like for example, when I do ls dash l here, as you can see here, I have these permissions, this access here, drwr. This is the read, write and execute permission. We have the user, the owner, the group, and others, any other person that is not a member of the group or not the owner. So the first rwx is for the owner, the second one is for the group, and the rx, the last part which doesn't have the right permission, is for others. So here the d in front of it is for standing, it symbolizes directory. It tells you that this file here, sample, is a directory, not actually a file. Look at the file underneath, it doesn't have the D, which shows that it is a file, which has, you can equally see its permission. So there are some files that you might want, there are some commands that you might want to run on Linux. It will be asking you for a to asking you for a more privileged account or a root account to do that kind of as is a form of access control. So here is where you use the sudo to run those commands. But when you are using sudo, you will be you will be asked to enter the password of the root account. So that's for sudo. So we have another command here. We want to edit the file that we already created, which is the sample.txt file. We want to add some contents into that file. So how we can do that, we can use the nano command to add some text. This nano is a text editor we have in Linux. We have a couple of them. We have the mousepad, we have a lot of them in Linux. So we have the mousepad, you have a lot of them. So I can do nano sample.txt. Here I will say this is my new contents. So after that, you do Control X. They ask you whether you want to save the modified. Yeah, yes. And you want to save with the same name. Yes. So here I have my file saved here. So when I list again, I still have my file inside it. But to see the content of that file now, this is where what brings us to another command that we know as the cat command. This cat command is used to list contents of a file. So when I say cat sample.txt, it prints out the contents that are inside that file. So as you can see here, this is the content we just created just now. This is my new content. That's for the cat command. So we have another command that we use to check our IP addressing. For example, you installed a new VM or you installed a new machine in the bare metal, a new Linux machine in the bare metal, and you want to see if that machine has an IP address. So there are two ways. One is the classical way, and we have the more recent way that we do that, which if you are conversant with ifconfig, we have ifconfig and we have IPA, which shows you the IP address of your machine. So as you can see here, the low is for the loopback interface and the ETO is for the first interface I have here. I just have one network interface on this machine, and virtual network interface, because I'm currently running on a VM. So as you can see, I have an IP address of 192.168.100.249, which is my IP address. So to check if I am connected to the internet, I will use the ping command. The ping command is used to check connectivity to the internet. So ping, what I'm pinging is a Google DNS. So when I can reach this IP address, it is definitely an IP address. So if you don't really know how IP addresses work, I already have a video that talked a little about IP addressing. So in the description of this video, I will be adding the link to that video here. You can just click on that link and you go and check out how IP address looks like. This is an example of an IP address, a class A IP address. So here is a Google DNS. So I can press enter. As you can see, I'm getting to this IP. So that means I am connected to the internet. So this is how you check if you are connected. So you can actually ping a couple of other DNS servers out there. It's not just 8.8.8, we have 8.8.4.4, we have 1.1.1. So anyone for Cloudflare, anyone you ping, that one will tell you if as you can see, I'm still connected. This is for Cloudflare, sorry, Control C. That's for Cloudflare IP DNS. So and that's the basic commands that we'll be learning for today. Another thing that I want us to look at today is on how we can install an application on our Kali Linux. So install an application is very easy. So what we just do is do sudo, because I need a super privilege to install an application on this machine. So sudo apt is a package manager in Linux. We have the apts for Debian, we have the apt-get for Debian, we have the yum and the DNF if you're looking at Red Hat, Linux, and so on and so forth. So all of them are all the same. We have the package. The package is the package. So sorry, the package here. This is equally another package manager that you can equally see on Linux. So for this purpose, I'll be using the app to install this application. So app to install, I want to install mousepad. mousepad here, enter. So like I said, it will ask for my password if you are using the sudo command. So when it asks for your password, just enter your password, the password of your machine, and press enter. Yeah, it's asking me installing dependencies equal. It's gonna install, to install this mousepad, it equally install dependencies as is listed here. So these are all the dependencies that it will be installing as well. So to continue, I'll press Y and press enter. So as you can see, the installation is ongoing, and just give it some time. So it's installing mousepad. So yeah, I have mousepad installed on my machine. So that is how you install an application on Linux. So to check that installation, what I can do is I can say mousepad hyphen version to see if I have that. You can see my mousepad is running on version 0.6.3. It is confirmed that I already have mousepad installed on this machine. So thank you guys, and let's not forget to like, subscribe, and share these videos to other people. Like I said, this channel is basically for people in IT. Content that I do produce here is for networking and cybersecurity and IT related. So I do thank you guys for everything, and do have a lovely day.